The lower tiers of rolled parts pallets used in the process manufacturing automobile parts cannot be used due to the heavy burden on the musculoskeletal system when loading or unloading. For this reason, when moving parts to manufacturers and automobile assembly lines, the load capacity of pallets and the efficiency of entire logistics process is greatly reduced. To improve this inefficiency of the logistics system, OKO's Ultra Prime, equipped with non-powered SGPR auto-leveling technology, has been developed. Let's take a look at an example of the practical use of Ultra Prime. In the case of parts production process, the methods of use is as follows. Lower the forklift foot to a height of 150 mm from the ground, using a hydraulic cylinder to load the roll parts pallet onto the Ultra Prime. When the roll parts pallet is placed close by the Ultra Prime fork support, the sensor is activated and the hydraulic pressure is released automatically. The automatic lift load is set according to the total weight of the parts loaded on the roll parts pallet. At this time, the height of the lower part of the roll parts pallet rises to the height of the operator's waist, which is 800 mm above the ground. When the produced parts are loaded onto the roll parts pallet, it automatically responds to the weight of the parts, and the loading tier is automatically maintained at the worker's waist height by the spring-balanced ways. When the loading is finished, hydraulic pressure is activated to separate the roll parts pallet, and the fork foot is maintained at a height of 150 mm from the ground. The roll parts pallet can be separated from Ultra Prime and moved to the next process. In the case of automobile assembly processes, it proceeds in the reverse order of the parts production process. After lowering the forklift foot to a height of 150 mm from the ground and attaching the roll parts pallet, the hydraulic pressure is released, and then the automatic lift load is set. When unloading starts, the roll parts pallet goes up and the height is automatically maintained at the operator's waist level. When unloading is finished, it is lowered to a height of 150 mm from the ground so that the empty roll parts pallet can be separated, after it was raised to a height of 800 mm from the ground. By enlarging the use of the lower two tiers, which were not used due to the burden of the musculoskeletal system, the load capacity and work efficiency can be increased by up to 40%, and the number of roll parts pallets can be reduced by up to 40%. If you use OKO's customized pallet along with Ultra Prime, you are certain to get better results. The customized pallet adopts a plastic folding interleaf, similar to that of the Dampla box, which increases the usability of space. Even with half the space of the existing steel-type parts pallet, the total amount of parts can be loaded twice as much. In addition, a shock-absorbing caster is installed at the bottom to reduce the impact to prevent damage to the parts, and the storage space of the interleaf is inside the pallet, making it convenient to use, and the total number of rolled parts pallets is reduced by 1/3. It can carry 3 times the amount of volume when transporting from an automobile assembly line to an electric transport vehicle, thereby reducing the workload by 1/3. OKO's Ultra Prime and customized pallets reduce the number of rolled parts pallets, storage spaces, and number of transports by 1/3. This will reduce carbon emissions by 67% compared to the existing carbon emissions between logistics by reducing the number of transport vehicles of parts suppliers to automobile production lines. In addition to this effect, it is possible to reduce the transportation costs by up to 67%, thereby reducing costs significantly. OKO's Ultra Prime and customized pallets will help protect the global environment and serve as the best support for sustainable ESG management by increasing productivity and significantly reducing manufacturing costs and massive carbon emissions in logistics. We wish you make great success with OKO's Ultra Prime and customized pallets. Thank you.